So, have you ever stopped and wondered why your AI assistant can write some seriously complex code, but it can't, actually run your online store? It feels like a huge piece of the puzzle is missing, right? Well, today we're diving into a really cool open source toolset that's designed to give AI the hands it needs to conduct real business, especially in the complex and fascinating Latin American market.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll tackle the main reason AI struggles with real-world commerce. Then we'll zoom in on why Latin America is such a uniquely tough nut to crack. After that, we'll get into the brilliant solution, see it in action from start to finish, and even take a peek into the future of AI commerce. And finally, we'll tie it all together and talk about why this is such a game changer.
All right, let's get right to the heart of the problem. There's this massive gap between what an AI can think, all the incredible logic and planning it can do, and what it can actually do out in the real world. It's like there's a bridge missing between its brain and its hands, between thought and action. Think about it. AI agents are already amazing. They can analyze your sales data, chat with customers, even write your marketing emails. So why can't they just run the whole show? What's the one thing holding them back from being truly autonomous and handling a business from A to Z? And here it is, plain and simple. This is the missing bridge. An AI agent can't run a business because it's completely cut off from all the essential services that actually make a business run. It can't process a payment, issue an invoice, or book a shipment because it just doesn't know how to talk to those outside tools.
Now, if that missing bridge is a problem everywhere, it becomes a gigantic chasm in a market as diverse and technically fragmented as Latin America. Let's really dig into that challenge for a second. The digital world in Latin America is, to put it lightly, complicated. It's not one unified system. Every single country, and sometimes every single service within a country, has its own quirky API, its own set of rules for how software talks to each other. They've all got different complex security protocols. You've got specific requirements for Brazil's PIC system. You have to navigate Argentina's government web services. It's this tangled web that's just about impossible for a single AI model to figure out on its own. And that is exactly where this solution comes into play. The project we're looking at, mcp-dev-latam, basically acts like a universal adapter for AI. It's the one plug that can connect an AI to pretty much any business tool in this whole complex environment. It's all built on an open standard called MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol. Now, the easiest way to think about MCP is like this. It's the USB-C for AI. Seriously. It's a universal standard that lets any AI model, doesn't matter if it's from Google, OpenAI, or wherever, connect to any external tool using the exact same simple plug. So what this project does is just brilliant. It takes all of those complicated, old-school Latin American services, and even the new cutting-edge AI protocols, and it wraps them all up, translating them into one single, simple signal that any AI agent can instantly understand and act on. And the scale of this thing is just wild. It starts with 109 different servers, and each one of those isn't just a number. It's a dedicated connector, a unique bridge to one specific business service, like a payment company or a shipping provider. And get this, across all those servers, the project offers more than 2,200 individual tools. That's 2,289 specific real-world actions an AI can now take, from creating a government-required invoice to checking your inventory levels. Right now, this massive toolkit gives businesses incredible coverage across 6 of the biggest markets in the region. We're talking Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Chile, and Peru. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's walk through a complete business workflow, from the moment a customer pays to the final bank reconciliation, all handled by one AI agent. So imagine a customer places an order on your website. The AI agent can now take over and manage this entire 6-step process, completely by itself. It takes the payment, handles the taxes, arranges shipping, messages the customer, updates inventory, and checks the bank, all with zero human intervention. This is where it all really clicks into place. For each step of that workflow, the agent can pick the perfect tool for that specific job. So it might use Asasa to create a PIX charge, then immediately pivot to Nuvin Fiscal to issue a government-compliant fiscal invoice, that's the NFE. Then it generates a shipping label with Malir and VO, shoots the customer a WhatsApp update with the API, logs the sale in an ERP system like OMI, and finally double-checks the payment with Stark Bank. This isn't just a series of single actions,
It's a completely seamless chain reaction across 6 different systems, all orchestrated by one AI agent.
But here's the thing. This project isn't just about plugging into the tools we use today. It's also built for what's coming next. It's already preparing for the future of AI commerce by integrating this whole new wave of what are called agent protocols.
And as you can see, there are 4 huge ones starting to take shape, coming from the big players like Google, Stripe, and Coinbase. And each one is designed for a different part of this future AI-driven economy. Everything from AI-managed shopping carts all the way to direct machine-to-machine payments.
These new protocols really exist on a spectrum of autonomy. So on one end, you have systems where a human is always in the loop, where you have to click approve on every single purchase. Then, somewhere in the middle, you have protocols like AP2, where a human sets the rules, like a budget, but the agent is free to act on its own within those limits. And then, way over on the other end, you have fully autonomous systems like X402, where machines are just paying other machines directly for services with no human interface at all. So, we've covered the problem, we've seen the solution, we've even looked into the future. But what's the big takeaway here? Why does any of this really matter? This really says it all. Having individual connectors to different tools is, well, useful. But the real power, the truly transformative part, is the orchestration. The game changer isn't just having a box of tools. It's the ability to weave them together into complex, fully automated business workflows, all while you maintain total oversight and control. It's a fundamental shift in what's possible. This technology is unlocking a whole new universe of automation. So I'll leave you with this question. What could you build if your AI could handle all the paperwork? What new businesses, what incredible new ideas, or what amazing efficiencies could you create if your AI could finally run the entire business lifecycle for you?